Hello, my friends. Good afternoon. Today, we're going to do something different. I would like to do a reading on the Idaho 4, and I would like to tap into each of them directly. And it's super heavy, of course. And I have my cross on. I've already set sacred space. And I also have a bunch of decks because I'm going to let them guide it. But the reason I want to tap into each one of them is because I felt like we needed to. There's no big rhyme or reason. I just felt like we needed to. I'm going to start with, we had a few jumpers, the Loving Words from Jesus cards. Whatever you believe in, that's okay. And we had 4. Okay. Oh, 4. Of course we did. The first one is, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your God's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." Luke 12:32. Then we had, "Thou shalt love the Lord your God with all of your heart and with all of your soul, with all of your mind." Mark 12:30. This one is, "Blessed are they that hear the word of God and keep it." Luke 11:28. And then the last one is, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Matthew 9. I feel like I'm already about to cry. So we'll see how this goes. We just did the Loving Words of Jesus cards, and 4 of them jumped. I've been getting that I needed to do this since last night, and so here we are. The first thing, the way I was getting it was Kaylee. Was Kaylee. Start with Kaylee. Her birthday is June 8th of 2001. 2001. She was a Gemini and she's a Lovers. Her major arcana card is Lovers card. And question I had is, what would she like to share with us now? Oh, I'm already getting choked up. Well, it was an angel card. And the question is for Miss Kaylee, what would she like to share now? So we are going to see what she'd like to share. This energy is tough. The kitchen. The kitchen is for creation. And the unicorn. The unicorn is innocence, trust, and honesty. And angels, support and guidance. And the yellow chakra is flexibility, adaptability, and personal power. Oh, she also has the blue chakra. Kaylee. Okay. Mother's mantle. Mother, healing, and alchemy. This is a touchy subject. We have covered it. I am not going to go into it now unless it comes up. And one of the things I started was putting the 30 readings together with just the shorts. So if you don't feel like watching the whole thing, but you have questions, hopefully that'll answer it. This is a little bit, she's trying to tell us something here. There is a video that I posted of the 3D walkthrough.
Who called 911? We're learning that the caller was not either of the 2 roommates who live in the house and apparently slept through the massacre.
Look the other way.
The mystery is, who did make that 911 call to police, and how did that person make the gruesome discovery?
Look the other way.
I spoke with County Prosecutor Bill Thompson.
Preparing for today, I was reminded of a quote. It's a quote about the truth.
It's an essential part of the case.
2 a.m. is a dark hour, I can tell you that. We're all.
Initiated the contact with law enforcement is all part of understanding what occurred and the timeline of what occurred.
Finding the roommate who came face to face with the killer, but apparently waited around 8 hours to call the police.
Look the other way. 4 words that sum up the Commonwealth's entire case.
He told me the 2 roommates may have critical information.
Conflicts of interest? Doesn't matter. Just look the other way. Magic hairs. Magic glass. Look the other way. Late night calls and Google searches, falsified affidavits, inverted videos, and butt dials galore. Just look the other way.
The investigators are already talking to him.
It's important for us. I mean, the reason we've agreed to do this is there's some misinformation out there.
And trying to get from them everything they can possibly remember about what they may have seen, what they may have heard, what their activities were, what they know about the activities of their housemates.
That's what they're counting on, but the uncontrovertible fact is you have been lied to.
A new wrinkle, former LAPD detective Mark Furman, yes, that Mark Furman from the O.J. Simpson trial, now lives in Idaho.
Meanwhile, the former LAPD detective who was convicted of lying during his testimony in the Simpson trial is not allowed to work in law enforcement again.
And is claiming that victim Kaylee Gonsalves had a stalker.
But in their latest update, police cleared up a rumor that one of the victims had a stalker.
I talked to one student, and I agree with this. It was twice removed from the person that said it, Kaylee.
If there hadn't been Mark Furman, this was a case that they could have won.
Famed defense attorney Alan Dershowitz was a member of Simpson's dream team. Furman became the only man convicted of a crime arising out of the murders. He was sentenced to 3 years probation for perjury.
But Kaylee 2 months ago complained about a stalker.
The things that are being said are 100% not true. There's not drugs involved. There's not some weird love triangle.
We've told the public very clearly from the beginning that we believe it was a targeted attack.
Police still say they are looking at this as a targeted attack, but will not say who the target was.
We're learning that the killer, for some reason, bypassed the rooms where the two young survivors were sleeping.
Preparing for today, I was reminded of a quote. It's a quote about the truth.
Their story was they heard partying, they heard noise, but they just, as usual, said, there's partying going on. They locked the door.
It was one of those doomed feelings.
In an interview in 1997, Furman told Deborah he actually tried to have the tapes destroyed.
Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't you?
Autopsies on the 4 students found each had multiple stab wounds. Some had defensive wounds, showing they fought with the attacker. And there was no sexual assault. County Coroner Kathy Mabbutt is describing the murders as personal.
And those who permit themselves to tell a lie once find it much easier to do it a second time and a third.
Were they found in beds?
Yes. There were multiple stab wounds.
This falsehood of the tongue leads to that of the heart, and in time, it depraves all its good dispositions.
Well, law enforcement goes through and looks for any evidence, takes videos and pictures of everything in there, and they'll start talking with people. So I don't really need to be there for that. They can't move the bodies. I mean, the bodies have to stay as they were until the coroner gets there. So
I have the utmost confidence in this investigation and that this investigation will be done right.
It's a cancer. One lie begets another, and it's a malignancy that grows over time. And that, folks, is how a cover-up is born.
And again, if you have any questions, and I know it's really annoying, but if you've watched the whole 30 readings and you still have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we already covered it. So the kitchen is creation. The kitchen is also a curious spot in that house. It is time for you to start creating new dishes, such as relationships or opportunities to feed yourself. Start assembling the ingredients for your goals. I don't think this is what this is for. I think she's trying to tell us something very specific that goes along with the reading that Ethan had. That was going up the stairs. Yikes. The unicorn is innocence, trust, and honesty. I like that for her. I feel like that fits. And angels, that's really good too. The unicorn. This card is reminding you to be honest with yourself and with others. Check to see if your intentions are pure and your decisions are for the highest good of all concerned. The unicorn is a magical creature who emanates innocence, trust, and integrity. The combined energy of both the elemental and the spiritual worlds, the unicorn's horn is known to be a pure essence with the ability to help you heal. This card reminds you to trust the flow of your journey right now. Keep a balance between bucking convention and yielding to it freely. The additional meanings: honor and respect others, yourself, and the earth. You can neutralize the poison of gossip through honesty. You have the ability to help others heal themselves and try to see the innocence in the people around you. I feel like that would have been a tall drink of water compared to the living roommates. All I have to say is it took 8 hours to call 911. You didn't hear a thing, except Ethan's mom has a quote that you did hear it. And I saved it because it got whitewashed. But we have it. I have it. And everyone calls BS, including one of the victims' moms. So, and if she's calling it, this is angels. She is an angel now. And she had a really strong feminine. I wonder if her grandmother, what the grandmother story was. I feel like her grandma or great-grandma was part of her guides. Okay, they are here to offer you support and guidance. These messengers of the divine come to you today to let you know that they are supporting and guiding you. They are surrounding you right now, sending you messages from God. The messages can show up in the form of a friendly smile or as an obvious sign. Allow the angels to help you. They are calling upon you to connect and work with them. Yeah. Okay, Lindsay. There was a question about both Maddie and Kaylee, and there are clips of Zanna sending a very clear message. She's holding a Cabbage Patch doll, and that feeds right into the afternoon traffic. This right here says mother right on it. I don't remember what we got for Kaylee about that, but there are questions about this baby that Jack Showalter was holding. I have questions that are much bigger than a tarot deck. And I would just love to sit down and talk with anyone from there. I just have questions that I'm sure a lot of people have. I'm going to look at this lady's mantle just for, I have no idea why, because it's here. And I don't know the meanings of these, so we're looking it up. It is, I wouldn't say concerning. I would say it's very, of course, lady's mantle. This is the mother, healing, and alchemy. This card is calling you to take time to heal your wounds, whether physical, mental, or emotional, from the inside out. When your wounds aren't healed, you lose life force. This means you might feel drained or tired all the time. Lady's mantle is a sacred herb. It symbolizes the mother in all aspects, as well as healing. You're being invited to connect with your own mother, yourself as a mother, and Mother Earth. I wonder if they're having a hard time transitioning. Lady's mantle is also associated with alchemy, as it was once believed leaves imparted wisdom to whoever came in contact with them. This card is urging you to spread your knowledge to others and share your stories of inspirations. I don't know if they've crossed all the way over. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's a lot of grief. This happened with Lady Diana as well. There's a lot of grief holding her here. It took her almost 20 years to cross over. That's my personal humble opinion. There are no facts here. Please do your own research. I'm literally a chick with a tarot card. But I think if we looked at some of the readings that we've done in the past with Miss Kaylee, who we love very much, the question of the mother card, the kitchen, and truth and honesty, well, and angels, are loud and clear. The video that I saw, someone said that he didn't think it was edited of their walk home. Link the other one and I'll do the same thing to the other one. I mean, it's so obvious. And I don't make videos, well, clearly, but I don't know. If you would link the one that you have, I will do the exact same thing to that one because I don't buy it. I mean, it's really clear. And there was chatter on the street. The streets were saying that NASA was involved with helping them recreate it. Look at the one for Richard Allen. I think it's getting thrown out right now because it's so fake. But if you're in here and you see this, link the other one and I'll do the same thing because I'm not an expert and that's the reason I don't think it's real. But send it over. I'd be more than happy to do the exact same thing and see. Okay, that was heavy. I would also like to look at Kaylee's other readings. We have gotten a few of those cards. I think what she was just doing right here was narrowing down kitchen, perhaps. Okay, off those other clips. The next one, Maddie. Okay, Maddie, would she like to communicate with us? Or what is her perspective? She is also a Gemini. She's also the Lovers. That's communication and soul connections. I think, who's our girl? Ashley, also thinks that those two are soul connected. They're probably all four in the same soul family, because you make contracts to do that stuff together. Like the 9/11 souls made that contract before they got here, that sure will help raise the consciousness of America because it needs it. And Ethan, I just think they're all soul families. They're all like together. We're on Maddie. What would she like to communicate? I'm going to do, these are also Ashley's, the reckoning. They're the sacred woundings cards. Maddie, there was something about Maddie. So the reason that clip came up was in that clip, one of them says, "What did you tell Adam?" And you can hear her yelling it. Not in the one I posted this round, but in that original clip. Has anyone looked through to see how many times that sketchy white truck is in the background? If I were the cops, I would be looking at that. They're in that white truck is in the background of everything. I wonder who drives that. We know who drives it. Okay, this is Maddie. This is the blockage of the throat chakra. Difficulties in communication, expressing thoughts and feelings, emotional symptoms like shyness, fear of speaking, or dishonesty. Yeah. There was something about that "what did you tell Adam" thing. There are also videos that probably have gotten wiped, but the girl, you can hear Ethan ask what Brett was doing there. And I only know one Brett. It's weird. So Maddie needed to work on her communications. Both the girls got that. Zanna, what wisdom would she like to share? A lot of people, this is from 2 years ago, but I remember a lot of people connecting with Zanna. She was, an old soul. We're all here. We're all old souls. We've all been to Atlantis. We're all back. We all come during the times of revolution, unless Dolores Cannon says that you're just a slow learner, which I agree with her 99% of the time, except in this time in history. We're moving into a new part of the solar system. The old ways will not fly anymore. It has to crumble. That's why the 3 waves of volunteers said it all. This is for Zanna, soulmate. Oh, that is so sad. Oh, selling out. What are these cards? Heal yourself. Heal yourself. Selling out. I wonder who this is for. Hi, D-Bag. I'm guessing that's for you. Soulmate. I remember getting that for Ethan a lot. He loved her so much. And sell out. What this is for? Can't guess. But I'm guessing that she lived through a massacre at 1122 King Road. Didn't hear a thing. Right. No one believes you. Even his mom didn't believe you. Ethan's mom. And so what she would like, the wisdom she wants to share is she was with her soulmate and someone sold out. And I'm guessing this is perhaps one of the living roommates, and this is Ethan. It's just a guess. But a lot of people I remember seeing were tapping into Zanna, because here's E-Dog. This is the part. I feel like I'm very emotional. What energy would Ethan like to share? I would like to know. You can use the Whispers of the Unsolved. Ethan has told us everything I thought that we knew what he wanted us to know, but there's possibly more. Heartbreak from the people you loved and trusted the most. One of them is school and one of them is medical emergency. Wonder if he was alive and he could have lived if he had help. There are lots of lies. He was at school. I remember hearing that he had bailed out. Yeah, he's sad. Oh, assassin, murder for hire. We've only gotten this for one other cop, some dirty cop in the Karen Reed case. He's the only other person we've ever gotten this for. Power supply. Very first reading I ever did on Idaho 4, the government was going to cut off their power supply. This was a habit. Yeah. And we solved it. I love that. We did him right. He was a good little guy. I will clip those so that you can see them. I'm going to end this with like something happier so that we can't have Democrat. What does Green support? Scott Green, who is responsible for the budgets. He came out of nowhere with no education background at all. And he just mysteriously got on the board and then all of a sudden cut $14 million. But if 48% of the students weren't going to return, which is what they said, then they would have lost $89 million. Funny. Within a few days, they had a suspect. I'm going to leave you on an activation card, because, well, we need it. They're all getting activated right now anyway. But I'll leave you with something happy because that was tough. That was a hard reading. I don't love going into that energy because there's so much. But acceptance. That looks like angel wings. With this activation, you realize that every occurrence is a part of you. No longer will you create wounds and unprocessed emotions in your body and field. You know, hold resentments. I can see why there might be some resentment there. Let's do, okay, one last one. Wisdom. This is the wisdom card. This attribute reflects your connection with the divine mind. You contain within your grasp all knowledge that has ever been and will ever be. You have to get quiet. You can go into the Akashic records and find out. I would just ask what you need in this lifetime that you've already learned from other lifetimes. Ask them to bring it forward and only what you need and what you can handle. And with that, I will love you and leave you. Thank you so